Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a paint with me. I'll be working from this photo, which is a local scene, and it's completely different to what I'm used to painting, so I'm interested to see what it turns out like. You can paint with me, you can draw with me, let's just have this art session together. If you do follow along with what I'm doing, just be very careful with the first part of the video because I do make a big mistake to a point where I have to change my canvas and start a new one fresh. So if you want to paint along with me, you can, but if you want to paint something else and just have an art session with me, let's do that. So welcome. Generally, I always start with a primed canvas, which I have waiting for me, and all my paints and water and other things ready to go. I'll probably be making some tutorials in the future, but for now I'm just making this paint with me whilst I'm painting a picture that I don't usually paint in the style of, because I'm interested in it. I'm interested to see what it will turn out like. I'm interested in the process and my thoughts behind the process. So let's get started. I've got my picture and I've got the paints that I think I might need. Now this type of painting is very different to what I'm used to. So I don't know how it's going to go, but let's just hope it's good. So in the picture you can see a lot of pastel colours. There's a lot of like pastel-y yellows, pastel-y blues, some pastel peach. There's also some grey tones, some white. So they're the sort of main colours that I'm going to be using. I'm just going to test the colours because the colour that I'm looking for is, this is almost like too blue. I need a bit of grey in there, I think. Guys, when I'm adding black paint, I'm literally going to dot it. I don't want too much. Black is very strong, so I literally want to get the tiniest bit. That's probably too much. Yeah, so more white, this colour of the background. I'm actually thinking I might add a tiny bit of purple. Again, I'm going to use purple really lightly, like I did with the black. That's more like it. Right, so I've got my colour mixed here, but what I'm going to do, because I'm going to kind of treat it a bit like a wash, I'm actually going to spray or mist. This is a misting bottle. I'm just going to lightly mist the canvas, and then I'm going to get my flat brush. I'm going to also mist the paints here. And then I'm just going to, I think that could be too thick still, so I'm just going to put more water on it. Because again, like I say, I'm only doing a wash here. I just want to get rid of some of this white background. If you're working with layers in acrylic, it's a really good idea to work thin and build on it. Because if the paint's too thick, it will become quite cakey. I want to get some... This is really hard. It's definitely not what I'm used to doing. I think what I'm going to do, before I move on to the yellow, just try and keep this wet. I'm going to start doing some of the clouds. Clouds are funny. They're like, they have different textures about them. Some of them are, I think they're called a cumulus nimbus, where they're these huge puffy things. And then you got some which are like quite wispy. That's nice. Nice, I like that. And I'm actually just going to use my mist bottle. Hence I'm saying mist, not spray. Mist is so fine, the water droplets, that you're not going to get water drop marks on the canvas. But if you were to use a spray bottle, you would get dots. And when you get those dots of water, they're so hard to get rid of. I'll be adding more definition to these clouds later on in the painting. I'm going to start adding more up here now. I think for me the thing is I'm just not used to painting in this kind of style. It's very loose actually. I'm used to like doing really prominent lines in my work. So after all that, this isn't working. I'm going to get rid of this picture. I'm not going to throw it away. I can reuse the canvas. I told you that, or if I didn't tell you, yesterday I went to start a tutorial, a paint with me video, and my battery ran out of my phone, and this is basically what I ended up with. So it's not good anyway, because obviously the brush that I used was it's got all these funny colours, which is from the brush that I was using. It's so old that it just was, the bristles were so tough, so it was leaving all these lines everywhere. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to check it's focused. So I'm going to start again, and that's fine. This happens. Like, actually, it's okay. And I've got faith that this is going to go much better. These aren't your typical white clouds as well. These are actually like, they're not easy clouds to paint. I think what I'm going to do is go over the whole wash that I've done and do another wash, because I just don't like these dark lines on them. So I'm going to take this colour and this colour and I'm basically going to do, I'm going to add a bit of purple in it, a little bit purple. I'm going to give it another wash of paint, just so I can get that nice. That I like that. See, the beauty of doing washes is that actually the paint's a lot thinner, so it's not going to cake. I've not mixed enough though. I think part of the problem is that I've not got a plastic palette. I'm not going to worry too much about down here because that's going to be the sea anyway. But I do need to get all this here blended. When you get that moment of, oh my god, I don't like this, it's all going wrong, I need to start again. It's just part of being a painter. Like, this is what happens sometimes. And it's really annoying, but it's okay. It happens. It's just like with anything. You learn from it. So if you haven't come out with a good painting, you come out with something else, and that's knowledge, or it's kind of a bit of experience. So don't be too hard on yourself if you're not happy with the painting. See, I actually really like this. Right. This is beautiful. I actually would leave that, you know. I love it, but I'm not gonna, because I'm painting this, and this is that. So what I'm gonna do is rinse my brush. And I didn't do this last time. I'm actually gonna paint this bit down here with these colours as a wash type thing as well, because it won't hurt, I don't think, anyway. Just a bit concerned about these little bobbly things that I'm seeing on the canvas. I think it's this brush that I'm using. You don't want any hairs on it. It's terrible. There's nothing more annoying than when you come to varnish it and you see a hair in the paint. This has got quite a lot. And I think it's this brush. It's not my hairs, it's fibres. And it's because I used this brush to varnish work before, and it's got like these gluey residues in it. I'm gonna go like that. I need to change my palette. This is just getting really bad. So let's start a new one. I'm really concerned about losing daylight here. Which I don't want to lose because I don't have another light to work with that's good for painting. I need to get one. These little fibres are so annoying. I don't know, I can't, they're not going to show up under the paint, I don't think, but I just don't want them there. I think I need to do away with this brush, to be honest. I need to get another one, but I just don't have another one at the moment. So I need to work with what I've got. So what I'm doing here is I'm painting this bit of the sky, and I'm going to use some white at this stage and some of that really nice yellow, this one. It's very strong though, so I'm only going to use a tiny bit. It's almost luminous. Don't know what I did with that white. Oh. And I'm just gonna add it in like this, like that. And do you know what? I think while I'm here, I think I will try and paint the sea. It's got these pinky tones. I need more water. Just gonna leave it there. This brush isn't doing me good. Right. That's that. I don't want to use that brush. I need to get rid of that one. I need to find another brush. These ones are no good. Do I have any in here? Oh, this one might work. and this one. I didn't know I had those. Nice surprise. I'm going to use this one. I like this one. So I'm going to get more of that portrait pink colour. And I'm going to I think what I need to do is get some of these horrible things off. This is why you need to look after your brushes. So I have to tell you a little secret. Because I tried to paint this picture a minute ago and it didn't work, I ended up watching a tutorial myself. Because, like I say, this isn't my normal style of painting, but I know I can paint because I do paint. And because it wasn't quite going the way that I wanted it to, I had to learn from somebody else who's a bit more experienced in this style of painting. And that's cool. Sometimes I have to try things out for myself first, and then I will, if it doesn't work, then I will go to a tutorial and watch someone else's. And this isn't a full tutorial, as I said at the beginning of the video. It's a bit more of a paint with me anyway. To be honest, I wouldn't want to do a tutorial in this because it's not my strongest or most experienced style of painting. I don't normally paint seascapes or landscapes as such. Now it's dry. And actually, I'm also going to add some of those purpley tones while I'm down here on the water. I don't want to have to come back to it if I can help it. Just really lightly, I don't want too much. And here, gonna be a bit darker. Where that cloud is, I'm gonna add more blue and white. Got that nice grey colour now, which I'm going to start putting on the horizon. Trying to get it straight, holding my breath. This is really nice. I'm losing a bit of that yellow colour, so I need to wash my brush. And let's get some of that. I want to try and actually you got to work quickly because it dries. And actually, I've just noticed there is more of a orangey tone. So I'm going to go in and add a bit of red, crimson. I've just had to really quickly go and get some clean water because I'm really concerned about this drying. And it's really looking beautiful. So I don't want to... I don't want it to dry, so what I'm going to do is move this stool out the way that I'm sitting on because I need to be able to move quickly here. This colour's not right, that's it. That's what I want there. Take a bit of water, dab off the excess, because I want to just blend. I don't want to add any more paint now. Just want to blend it all in. When you're painting the sea, it's okay because if you get lines, because actually that's kind of what the sea does. It has this horizontal motion about it. So I'm going to add it like this. It's a bit annoying when you get down to the bottom of the canvas. I'm going to just add in the grey where the shadow of the cliff edge is. Because I don't want to have to go back to the water once this is bit. I don't want to add any more to it. This I want to be the water now. I'm just now using a darker grey because I want to get in some of these lines. I might go in with a thinner brush now as well. I'll use this one. No, I won't. I'll use this one. Wet it a bit. Because I want to try and get in some thinner. So far, I think it's really nice. So I'm happy with it. Just going in really soft with the brush. I'm going to go in and add more of this yellow colour here. I need more white. Because of this picture that I'm working from, I'm actually, I don't need to worry about this wobbly line because there's some land in this photo. So I'm going to be adding land anyway in a dark colour, like a silhouette almost. So I don't need to stress about that. Oops. Gonna blend some of this lot in. Do the same over here. I'm blending it with just water. I'm just basically dipping my brush in the water and taking off excess, but still leaving it quite wet. Don't want to... This makes me nervous, but I'm gonna mist the canvas from far away. So I'm gonna leave it there for today, and I will come back to it another time because I'm starting to lose daylight. And I want it to be dry now so that I can start working on top of it with the clouds. Right, I've got myself a drink. Let's get ready for round. Oh, I need to put my trousers on. My painting trousers. I don't want to ruin these leggings. I'm just trying to... Oh, sugar, I need white as well. I forgot white! Silly me. I'm not going to get anywhere without the white. I need the white. I love white paint. Like, I just love it. Normally, you got to be quite careful with white and black because they're very strong. Okay. I've got the white already on the brush. I'm going to use a little bit more. And I'm going to put a little bit of this indigo blue. That's really nice. And that is a lot closer to that than that. I think I used the wrong colour there. So I'm going to use a little bit of purple. That to me is really nice. I think I could add a tiny dot of purple again. That's more like it. To me, that's way more realistic. So I'm just gonna add some water to it because it needs to kind of, that's much better. So you see how that is much closer to that. Now I'm doing a lot of clouds anyway, so if I dropped something. If I end up making some blending mistakes, it doesn't matter as much. More white, a bit more, and a bit of purple. So this blue that I use is way better than the other one. This one is, the one I've used this time is this one, Indigo by Daler Rowney Graduate Colour. Whereas the one I used for that colour was that one, which is Prussian blue, yeah, or something.
let's try and do some of that over here. So I'm going to try and mix the same colour. Actually, I'm just going to use this because it's nice. No, actually I'm not. I'm just add a bit of white again.
Do you see what I mean? How if you open the lid of the pot, there's still so much paint in there, and even in the lid itself, there's loads of paint in here. Definitely don't want to waste it. Because white paint is one of those things that I just go through really quickly in art. Oh, something exciting today. So, I don't know if you're aware, you're probably not, because I don't really talk about it on YouTube, because I haven't done a video about it. Oh no, what am I doing? See, that's me not concentrating. Right, so what I was about to say was, I had an Apple Pencil. So I used to like doing a lot of digital art, but recently I'd lost it and I couldn't find it anywhere. I could not find it anywhere. So I basically did some reviews. I checked some reviews about maybe like replacements that weren't the Apple Pencil but were just as good, because I definitely don't want one that's not as good. If I'm going to get another one, I want it to be the Apple Pencil or something just as good. So I looked at some reviews, and so I've just ordered the Logitech crayon, which should arrive today. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to it. To have it back, I've missed it. I've lost it for so long. So I've just added some of that portrait pink, crimson and yellow. And that's the colour, which is just lovely. So I'm gonna whiten it off a bit until I get the colour I want. That's nice right there. This I'm gonna do here. And a bit here. Oops. And then I'm gonna add a bit more yellow, but yellow and white. And then I'm gonna add some So I don't know if I said it, but the reason I want to do the sky first is because the sea reflects the sky on a calm day like this. So I'm going to try and, if I do the sky first, then I know where I need to have the cloud reflections on the water. I had to just get another light because I noticed how my shadow is really getting in the way, and I can see it still is. And I really hope that's not annoying for you. I'm going to have to try and think of some other lighting solution. It's just because I've got the window behind me, and it's causing shadow in front of me. I'm gonna start doing some clouds now. I'm a bit nervous about this. I'm nervous. I'm gonna use a filbert, I think it's called. Yes, it is. It's a filbert brush, and it's for something. And what I'm gonna do is start with these up here. So I'm gonna go in with my water, in with the white. Oh, I'm not gonna use that because there's yellow in there. I'm going to get rid of that water that I had before. I'm going to use a fresh one.
I'm using that blue. And mix it with that purple. And red. Purple and red and yellow. There's a song called Little Fluffy Clouds. Quite cool actually. It's a cool song. Purple and red and yellow. It's still not the right colour though. It needs white, I think. It needs too dark. That's more with it.
I want to really try and be quite loose with it because they're not like really defined clouds. I don't know if I said, but because I'm not used to painting clouds, I had to watch a couple of tutorials on how to do it. I can't remember whose channels they were, so I'm really sorry, but I'm not actually really going by the tutorial anyway, and I don't know why, and I don't know if I should be. Because they're just the clouds are different to these. The ones that are in the tutorial, they're not the same type of cloud. These are a lot more wispier, whereas what I'm painting are a lot puffier. So I need to think, maybe I just need to add
Green.
Sometimes when I paint something that I'm just not sure about, I can have different mindsets. I can be in different mindsets. And sometimes I'm a defeatist and I'm like, I can't do this, it's going to be rubbish. And when I think like that, it generally doesn't turn out very good. But if I think, I just believe it's going to be a good painting and I'm going to be really happy with it, most of the time it actually does. It turns out to be quite nice.
Right, that's, that one. That's nice. I think that's getting onto the right colour.
It's a bit of a strange colour, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to actually take some of that off and use a bit more of that and a bit more of that. It's quite nice. I just love working with colours. I've always loved painting pictures where the colours just really, I'm just drawn to them. It might be the way they're combined and a certain feeling they create, or it might be because they're really vibrant, it might be because they're really relaxing, calming. I just love the effect of colour. So if you notice, I'm actually working with the sky and the sea at the same sort of time. I'm just trying to, as I'm doing bits in the sky, I'm just adding it to the water. Nice and thin lines when you're close to the horizon. Where is it? Oh, it's here, hiding. I'm gonna use this one. Can you see? This is called an angle shader. And I like this because you can really do nicely neat lines with these. It's a beautiful brush. It's my favourite. It's one of my favourite brushes.
You get some over here as well.
Normally, if you're painting a seascape and you're like you're like close to the water, the lines down here are going to be a lot bigger than the lines there. But in this picture, I'm actually really far away, so you've got tiny little ripples. So I'm going to try and keep that in here by keeping the line consistent. I don't want any thicker lines as I go down. I just want to keep them all nice and thin. I'm going to leave it there with the yellow for now. Let's go back to these clouds. Oof. As you can tell, I'm a bit nervous about clouds. Do you know what? I'm going to use a bigger brush. I don't really have a bigger velvet brush. So I'm just going to use any. this one's bigger. Let's try this one. Because it's nice and smooth. It actually allows me to do nice cloud movement, if that's such a word. It's got these wispy bits. And these bits. I've just gone back down here because I want to try and get some of this in here just to balance it a bit and just to create a bit more of a dramatic effect. That's nice. There's actually land here now. I'm thinking do I paint the land in? Or do I just leave it? Because it's actually really nice without. But then if I leave it, it's not my local plate. No, I'm going to draw it in. I want it to be local, so I'll paint it in. I'm going to actually use a medium because I want a brush to flow better. So I've got this extender, which is really good because it just helps the brush glide along the canvas really nicely. So you literally need the tiniest bit, but it just makes it a lot smoother. So you can cover these little gaps a bit more. Right, I'm gonna start adding in the land because I'm getting a little bit confused with where is the land. I'm gonna use this brush here and I'm just gonna do it as a silhouette. So I'm gonna go straight in with a blue black. And then I'm going to do the same here, and I need to be really careful with this. I'm not actually going with black, too much black. I want more of a bluey. I don't want it to be as dark as that. That's quite dark. That's not. That's more like a grey, bluey colour. I would love for someone to look at this and recognise that it is this place. It is local. So I want to try and keep it as close to the picture as I can. A little bit of water. The brush is a bit dry. Lovely. Right, that's a bit wet. So what I'm going to do now is use the same colour. I'm going to add more white because I want to start doing the reflection of the land I've just done. So I'm going to go I'm going to try and leave it really light. I might have to remove the stool from this video because it's very squeaky and annoying. It's something I can't stand is squeaky floorboards, squeaky chairs, squeaky anything. It's so annoying. So I may have to get rid of this stool. Maybe. I'm just going to go and add some white into these fluffy clouds. Can you hear my concentration? Right, let's get rid of this still. Can't work with this. I'm back. I really, really like this painting. I'm actually quite impressed. Because I really didn't think I'd be able to do it. But then I believed I would, so that did help. Right, my palette is getting a bit messy. I need to actually remix some colours here. I mean, I guess the beauty of having a paper palette, I know it's terrible, you shouldn't really use it. But I don't always stick to rules. If you're going to use paper palette, it's in a way it's quite nice because it dries and then you can just mix on top. So it gives you more palette space. It's like a constant But it does mean they dry out really quickly, which isn't good. It doesn't help. I really need to get some palettes. I just don't like washing the palette after. Because again, I like to save time. So I don't tend to have one, but it would help. I do really need one. But the other thing you can do, you can buy these ones that you tear off and then you throw them away. And I like the idea of that, but they are quite expensive, so I don't really want to spend money on something I don't have to. So I think in the future, I'm gonna buy myself a paint palette, which I will, I need to concentrate, hang on. This isn't going well, this cloud. Looks a bit like a fish. This brush isn't doing me good either. I need to go back to Filbert brush. And I'm going to paint in all these wispy ones now. I definitely feel like as the painting is moving on, I'm getting a bit more confident with it. I don't want to be too confident though, because then I can mess it up. Right, I think this is getting hang on. Right, let's start adding in. It's this grey colour. Again, I'm starting to get nervous again. Just don't want to mess it up because I like how it's looking. I don't think I will mess it up. But you never know. I'm actually going to paint these bits in here. It was really, really rainy and windy earlier, which is nice because it makes painting, being indoors, really cosy, and I love that. I'm all about coziness. I love being cozy. Sometimes when you feel like it's not going well, you just want to give up. Right, I need to get some yellow in here. I'm worried I'm losing yellow and peach, like that peachy colour. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean my brush and do that. Take the excess off the edge of the brush. Okay, let's do this. Well, that's quite strong, but it's nice. It's too strong though. It's too strong. I need way more white in there. Nice bit of white. That's it. Lovely. So it's like yellow white. And then I can add some pink to this, some red, some crimson, to really make the colours stand right out. These beautiful colours. I love them. Absolutely love them. I love colour. I love colour, colour, colour. I actually, when I was at uni, I wrote my dissertation on colour. This brush though has a bit too much paint from where I mixed, so I'm just gonna rinse it out and went out last night, which was quite nice. I rarely go out very much these days. I actually went out for some drinks and a roast dinner with a friend. It was really nice. So today I started my day off feeling really tired. But as the day is going on, I'm feeling better. Right, I'm going to, no I'm not. I'm going to take more of this colour. We've still got the cloud here, but I'm tempted. No, I should really do it. I should. Do I? I don't know. I'm tempted to leave it out. Because I actually really like this bit. Right, it's time to do more clouds. I'm going to be totally fearless now. And I'm just going to go straight in there with these bad boys. Just make sure that, I don't like it when you, like I say, when you can see the canvas coming through. So I want to try and get rid of some of that. I definitely need to be using more white. And there is actually a lot of cloudage going on down here. I was going to leave it, but I don't know. I do like the clouds. And as I'm doing it, I'm learning how to paint them. I'm getting better with it anyway, so. What I'll do when I've got the main bits the way I want them, I'll go around the whole picture and just get rid of those canvassy bits. Make it all look as smooth as I can get it. Even if it means going over what I've done, it doesn't matter. I'd rather get rid of those bits of the canvas that's showing through, because I really don't like them being in there. And to do that, I need generally like a wet brush, just so that it really, not too wet, because then everything will come through underneath and make it worse. It's just one of those things, you just got to kind of get to know the paint and get to know it to so you can work with it and achieve the results that you want. Oh, what did I do then? I moved it a bit. It's so worth, to me, in my opinion, it's so worth taking the extra time to do this. Some people like it in there, but personally I don't. I like it to be smooth. Because what I found was it was always a difference between me wanting to sell my pictures or not. If I could see the canvas coming through, I wasn't happy with it. And I didn't feel it was good enough to sell. And I realised that's why I didn't ever want to sell them. People used to say, sell your art for so many years. And I was like, no, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And now I'm starting to realise why I never felt it was good enough to sell, because I just felt it didn't have that professional finish. Whereas now I'm starting to know why, and it's because when it's really, and you can see the canvas marks coming through, I just don't like it. I don't mind a little bit, but not too much. I like it to be smooth. Smooth moving. I've just totally gone over that bit because it's actually a bit more orange. And actually I need red. I'm using crimson and I need red. So I've just put red here. That's crimson, that's red. Crimson's got a pinkyish kind of tone, so I'm going to use red instead. And as you can see, it's come out a lot more orange. I need more yellow. More yellow. And I need more white. Temperature's starting to drop here now. It's very late winter though, because this tree that's outside my window is an oak tree, and I saw a photo that I took of it last year on the 8th of November and it was completely yellow, and it's only just now starting to go like, it's weird, it's not gone like yellow, it's gone like this reddishy browny yellow, almost like it skipped a a process.
Like clouds. I mean, it's all kind of cloudy, because they're like wispy clouds. Maybe find a little shape.
I keep forgetting I'm making a paint with me video, so I'm going through phases where I'm just not talking very much. And I'm fully aware that I should be talking during a paint with me, because otherwise you'll be sitting in silence, and that's not the point of this video. So let's think about something to talk about. Let's talk about, I don't know, because I'm concentrating as well. I'm actually quite hungry. Do I want to talk about food? Not really, because I'm hungry and it'll make me even more hungry. I don't know. I don't know. Let's talk about the winter. What do we like about the winter? I like the beauty, the colours. I like winter foods. I like the spices, cinnamon, spices. I made an essential oil body spray, which I was going to make a video of to put on here of how to make it, but actually I didn't like any of the filming that I did, so I've totally deleted everything, and I'm going to remake another one. But the other thing I was thinking about was I've just run out of a really good moisturiser that I was using on my face called La Miss, which is quite expensive actually, and I've run out of it. So now I'm like, well, should I go out and buy another one? But then, you know, it's all quite expensive. There's one I used to like in a shop called Holland & Barrett, which is, but they don't sell it anymore. So then, now I'm kind of like, well, they don't sell it anymore, what am I going to do? Do I make my own? Or do I go for a different one that I'm not sure is going to suit my skin? So I thought I'd make my own. Which is going to involve some costs, because I need to buy the stuff to make it with. The essential oils and shea butters. And then I can put something together.
I might have to stop soon anyway because I'm feeling really hungry.
Guys, I think because I'm being so quiet anyway, I'm gonna go and get my bird and bring him back in the room. I'm actually like really hungry and I still haven't eaten, but I'm really, really worried about losing hours of daylight. So I'm just gonna have to wait for food. Because actually I could probably finish this painting in a minute. It's nice painting this because it kind of does bring back these memories as well. Ta-da! What do you think? I really like it. I'm actually going to make some more like this in the future. It's very therapeutic activity to just paint from a photograph that I had taken, so I'll definitely be doing more like this throughout my artist life. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for more content like this. and there's also some music on here because I make music. So if you do like ambient soundscapes and electronic music, native American style flute music, please do check out my songs, and see you soon. Thank you, bye.